Yeah, that was a pretty good play there by Valkyrie. I should say Corrupt playing on him. Big calls there, big plays. In hindsight, in the long run, Kraken is just going to decide to hide up there, waiting to put on his trap. Looks like Pyromancer has picked up his boots and gone for Striders. Keeper is going to go on towards. He has put on his ult on Soul Reaper. Phoenix Wave comes up from Pyromancer. He puts out his ulti as well. He's just going to be able to walk out of here with his heal. No! Bubbles comes in and cleans up the job with his Kelp Field. Unable to go anywhere, but they have wasted all their ultis. 3 ultis for the exchange of 1 player here, so you know, we'll see if that actually works for them in the long run. If they're able to wait long enough for their ultimates to come back here, won't be that much of a disadvantage wasting all 3. Valkyrie just putting up an arrow, giving them a bit of a sight, not able to whack anyone in the face on that occasion. Might have a look at the GPM. Keeper of the Forest, 462 in a league of his own at the moment in terms of GPM. Bit of action here happening at mid. Demented Shaman going to go down. Tongue-tied from Polywall. Keeper of the Forest just going to knock his way onto the wood. Down goes Demented Shaman. Here comes Kraken, but he's able to put out his wave on towards Keeper, who puts up his invisibility. Of course, invisibility coming out from Nature's Veil, giving him HP and armor as well, and a combination of all 3 of his rework skills from about his month ago rework. Just going to call it the GPM as we went on a slight tangent there. We've got Keeper of the Forest, 478. Closest, of course, is Bubbles on 312. So those guys have really benefited from, you know, being able to have a dual lane and a jungler at the moment. Highest GPM on the Holborn side, as you can see, is Noobcake playing Soul Reaper. They are going to have a bit of action here. Keeper of the Forest has put out his root, is going to catch a lot of them in it. Kelpfield comes out from Bubbles, is able to encircle on the rest of them. Stun and Phoenix Wave from Pyromancer. All comes out from Corrupted. So puts out his Conduit. Who does he put it out on? I'm not 100% sure. Looks like they are going to have a bit of exchange. Shaman comes back into the action. Tongue tie from Poly. They are going to be able to chase Corrupted Disciple here. Corrupted Disciple comes back into the action on all 3. Maybe a bit of a mistake here, miscalculation. Song of the Sea comes out from Bubbles, but just a bit to the right. Doesn't matter anyway. Corrupted Disciple just gets outmanned there. Not sure what that call was. A bit of a mistake, miscalculation happening, but decided to try and take all 4 head on, and Valkyrie coming out with his arrow, able to escape easily there with his 1 second stun, point blank. Javelin, and good games, well played, called out here by both teams. And I will say this was an interesting Expedition match to watch, and I've enjoyed watching it. Not sure if the concede vote's just going to come out just yet. (17-6) in favour of the Legion side. Looking at the towers, it looks like they Legion also have 1 more tower than the Hellborn side, so the pushing lineup not really working for jokes. I know they like to play those pushing healing lineups, but it just didn't play off this time. Probably countered by the fact that they had a jungler being Keeper of the Forest and who he is and what he can actually do in game. So yeah, I think this game is over Red Rover, but they've decided to play on here. Pyro able to get a couple of bit more gold here, is able to pick up. Going to have to stop there, bit of action. Miscall from Bubbles, didn't actually get off his transition there, and the Song of the Sea in the middle of those 3 guys. It's a bit of a timely mistake, but is able to port in behind those guys anyway. He's going to go toe to toe with Kraken and the rest of them. Corrupted Disciple being caught off guard, he gets the shield up from a Cursed and the heal. Valkyrie's just going to leap into that action and try and dive as much as he can. Polywall comes out with his tongue tied on towards Kraken, but decides to get out of there ASAP as Soul Reaper comes in the middle and heals his way in. They are going to encircle, or I should say, go onto Soul Reaper and just, you know, knock him down as they were in that situation. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Forest not in at the action, but at bottom, pushing his way onto the 3rd tier tower. into the base of the Hellborn side. So they're playing pretty smart here in this situation. Keeper, of course, just standing his ground. Going to see what's going to come of this one. Situation is that on the Legion side we've got Pyromancer playing a hard support of 207 gold. Even that's just behind the second place on the Hellborn side, playing as ads and also Soul Reaper on Noobcake. And it looks like these guys have continued to play. Keeper is going to put out his Nature's Veil, even though, might want to take note of this one, even though the cliff is up there and the trees are on the cliff, he is able to put that Nature's Veil up because he is in Syndicate, or I should say close enough to the trees to be able to do it. Tower does go down, of course, and Legion are deciding, I'm not sure what they're deciding. Are they going to Kong or just wait for him, put up a trap Admiral Akbar style? Bubbles has decided to go toe to toe with Soul Reaper. He's able to push on, puts out his surf and just gets out of there. Keep the forest, of course, still being invisible. Coming out invisible there, just missing some of the action. Looks like Kraken's going to get caught out of guard. They're coming through on the other side. Tongue-tied by Polywog, and most likely Corrupt Disciple gets off his... I should say Corrupt playing Valkyrie gets off his ult. Root comes out from Keep the Forest, who also has his Restoration Stone and also Frostfield Plates, who's able to get a lot of aura damage going out here. AoE, I should say. Bubbles is just going to try and enclose him towards Corrupted Disciple, blocks him in, Song of the Sea comes out and finishes him off for good. Nearly a genocide, but the fact that Curse is just going to sit in the trees here and make his way back to base when it's about time. Another GG, well played. Called out here by ads, and it looks like these guys are going to concede once and for all. Conceive comes up by Noobcake. Bubbles nearly goes down there from a curse. Looks like they're just going to sit around and see if the curse can make anything of it. And unfortunately he doesn't. Hellborn side deciding to continue to play on regardless. Another concede vote comes out. Not sure what the Hellborn side have decided to do. They're just going to have one final push to see if they can make anything of it. I think it's a bit of a lost cause. 23 for 9 here. Gold advantage, of course, going towards the Legion side. And I'm not entirely sure how to see the GPM and XP deficit as a team, except on the top bar it just has the ruling barb, not the actual stat figures. Root comes out from Keeper of the Forest. He has whacked on his Restoration Stone. Hellborn go down with ease here in this situation with Corrupted Disciple and Accursed on the run. Valkyrie comes in. They are going to clean him up by the looks of it. Concede vote comes out, and this was a really well played, enjoyable game to cast. I'm Spot the Aussie. Thank you for tuning in. Round 1 of the tTt eSports, of course, goes towards the 4 Seasons Who's Bad lineup, and of course Papa playing against them. And be sure to catch some more action in the future. See you guys around.